This video is discussing adjectives, and obviously we're going to be describing nouns or things in Spanish. Alright, so you got a couple terms here: adjective, masculine, and feminine. You should know all these, but in case you don't, an adjective is a descriptive word. It gives you more information about something. So if you had a ball, maybe it's a red ball, or a big red ball, or a shiny red ball. Those are all adjectives. Big, shiny, small, skinny, tall, anything like that. Masculine and feminine, those are the two genders a word can be. Remember, in Spanish, every noun has a gender. So it's el chico or la mano. They're either masculine, so they have the el, los, unos, or feminine, la, las, una, unas. We've got two sample sentences right here, and let's look at them. So this is the sign, by the way, for masculine, and this is the sign for feminine, and it's also color-coded. So, Juan es guapo y cómico. Now, right away, you know it's one guy, and so the words need to be masculine. The adjectives are going to end in O's. Okay? And in the other sentence, Juana es guapa y cómica. So here, feminine adjectives are going to end in A's instead. And these adjectives are masculine because the subject is masculine, Juan. These adjectives are feminine because the subject, Juana, is a girl. Alright, over here is a quick T-chart on ways to tell whether an adjective is masculine or feminine. So, talentoso versus talentosa. Almost all your adjectives will have an O with an A option ending. Jugador and jugadora. So jugador is a player in a sport. So like a soccer player, tennis player, football player, anything like that. And you can see that it ends in a consonant, so not a vowel like usual. So to make it feminine, if any adjective ends in a consonant, you usually just add an A to make it feminine right here. And then some adjectives, like interesante, if it ends in an E, you do not change it, okay? So O's will change to A, or consonants add an A, but if it ends in an E, there's no change. So E, no change. O's and A's. And also there's one more, idealista. If it ends ista, it does not change for men or women. So it just stays the same. Nothing changes, sort of like interesante. And if you wanted to make these adjectives plural, most of them you just add an S. So S, S, S. Here though, since it ends in a consonant, we need to put a vowel in here to sandwich it. Over here, these all end in vowels. So if we wanted to make them plural, talking about more than one person, we would just add an S. Alright, make sure when you're writing that adjectives match the nouns, what they're describing, in gender and number. So in gender, if the noun is either going to be masculine or feminine, your adjective needs to be masculine or feminine too. So you can't have a chico that is cómica, a funny boy, because cómica is a feminine adjective. And number. If it's one boy, it will be ordenado. If it's more than one boy, it'll be ordenados. So number, singular or plural. Here are a couple examples. So for a daring girl, so chica, so then instead of atrevido, we're changing it to an A, atrevida. Young boys. So first of all, it's masculine. So we know it has to be the masculine form. Also, it's plural. So chicos, joven ends in a consonant, so we need to end it ES. Joven goes to jóvenes. A happy cat, gato, feliz. And if it's plural, This is a masculine word. Now the gender, don't worry about the gender of the cat. The word gato is masculine. And so gatos felices. So again, this ends in a consonant, so you have to add an es. Also note that if you make a singular word ending in a z, when you make it plural, it changes to a c. And the reason it does that is to keep the sound still the same. Feliz to felices. And hardworking friends, and this means it's feminine, so all female friends. Amigas, so it is feminine and plural. So trabajadora to make it plural, and an S. Or an A to make it feminine, and an S to make it plural. Please also note that in most cases, you are going to list the noun first, and then the adjective. This is a pretty consistent rule in Spanish. It's a little different in English. Please pause to copy these examples down. All right, pretty simple. You are going to be translating these sentences, watching out to make sure that your adjectives agree in gender and number.